by Hutchie's Builders.
And those inductees, they put their first Hall of Fame inductee, and that'll be presented at presentation night every year for the inductees. Probably not every year as the years goes on, but they did it for the actual decade. So in the 1920s it was Herb Steinert inducted, 30s was Mick Madsen, 40s Paddy McMahon, 50s Des McGovern, Johnny Gleeson, who was there last night. He was in the 60s, Greg Platts, and I tell you what, all those people who know Greg Platts, what a gentleman, and it was just fantastic. Everyone, Tony Coonan got up and did the actual announcement of it, and he was quite emotional announcing Greg Platts. Rowan Hancock, he was in the 80s, announces the Hall of Fame. He was down in Sydney watching Steph play a State of Origin on Friday night. Shane Webke in the 90s, Stephen Price in the 2000s, and John Thurston in the 2010s. What a list there, Nutsy.
Absolutely fantastic looking at that side. I'd like to put that side against any side that any club or it could come up with us. A fantastic football side. It's great to see lots of Greg Platts in the. I've spoke that John Gleeson, Greg Platts, Rowan Hancock, Shane Webke, Stephen Price and Jonathan Thurston, all fantastic footballers representing their country, and that's just the talent of this great Darling Downs where we got the where we live.
Yeah, just world champions, and we've been the trailblazers. We've been the trailblazers of the rugby league world for a long time, and we had the Roddles players coming out onto the Clyde Berghofer Stadium for the start of this Madsen Rasmussen Hutchie's Cup first grade trophy.
So pump up, boys.
Led out by Dale Perkins.
Don't you worry.
Okay, we're just waiting for the Valley's Roosters lined up with both teams in reserve grade making a wall of honour.
Yeah, pumped up.
The referee will be Martin Boldo, so his form continues, doing the last couple of matches of the day, so it should be an absolute ripper, Odie.
That's right, we've got Ned Cherry going around the ground with all his videos, and we'll cross to him probably at half time after he's been in the sheds. He's doing plenty of interviews at the present time, and it's just a glutton for punishment to us. But look, looking forward to this. I tell you what, it's got to be a good start. We've seen a lot of these big games, Nutsy and Cookie, at the start is so important. We saw last week where Valley's got away to a good start, and Warwick came back, but they were just out of juice at the end of the Cookie.
Yeah, they did. It was just I think it was just the great game management of McGrady and Ben Cook that stemmed the tide. They ended up with a lot of possession in that last 20 minutes, and as you said, they just ran out of gas, the Warwick Cowboys. But I'll tell you, they'll be there at the end of the season when the whips are cracking. Don't ride off the Cowboys.
Can I give you a quick scoop?
Yeah, there you go.
The Condamine River Spy did poke his head up over the banks of the Condamine River, and he did see Luke Waltman leaving the clubhouse, and the rumours have it he has signed with the Warwick Cowboys to finish the season.
Who's that?
Luke Bosman.
Ooh,
there's a scoop.
There you go.
The Spy.
That's a big plus for him.
Oh my word, yes. Once again, experience.
Yes. So the Valley Roosters, they're out there in the middle of the field as well. So, it's all happening just before the 30th of June. Sign off.
That's exactly right, Cookie. I thought Obi would have asked me for some scoops, and he's just had a few problems with the technical part of running this broadcast, but we're all up and ready to roll.
Obi's not a nice person to be around when the technical problems fellas, eh?
Oh no,
you're all right.
Okay.
We just know where to go. We just get well away.
No, I'm not, mate. So I'll come out swinging. You reckon?
Anyway, here she goes, Cookie.
Here we go,
Anyway,
fellas.
we've got Valley's going to kick off.
Tenry year, Cookie.
And they're running to the northern end of the stadium with Dwayne Duncan getting us underway. And it's one of those wonky old kicks, and it bounces. They let it bounce. And it goes down to Braden Wilson, who brings it back off his wing. And he just brings it back, and he gets it 15 out from his try line. Richards in at dummy half. Gets it on to the Ty Gardner, I think it is.
Duff.
Mitchell Duff. He started it, and he just takes it forward. Perkins The tradesman just does his usual, hit up, good run by him. It takes 3 of the Valley's Roosters to pull him down, and he's worked it just short of the 40. Burns decides to kick early, and he 40-20. That's an absolute beauty. No, he's tapped it back in.
It's gone into a touch, Cookie.
Braden Wilson, the try sneaker, nearly pulled off a miracle there from a great Travis Burns kick, and it's a 40-20, so Waddles will go straight on the attack of a 40-20.
Yeah, that's what we talked about this. It was the kicks in the early sets of the 6 wasn't nutsy.
Exactly right, and Burns showing all his experience there. He got a beautiful kick away, and here's Waddles, Cookie, first opportunity.
Matty Richards will tap it from the 40-20, 11 metres out from the Valley's Roosters line.
Hello, what have we got
Bowering, he has to take off. Someone's left a jacket in goal there, one of the kids. Great Bush Rugby League at its purest, and we're off. And Coiner takes a bit of a hop, skip and a jump before the line, but he's been forced back. Good strong tackle led by the 2 front rowers. So they come to the right through Matty Duggan, gets it out to Vanderpoel. Vanderpoel gets out of a Dwayne Duncan tackle, but he falls over and he's pulled down a metre short. So Richardson gets it to Matty Duggan. Coiner hits and spins off
Yes.
Benny Cook underneath Coiner and drops him on the ground. So they spread it to the left, out to Burns. Burns gets it on to
great
Richards.
football.
He's got into touch. So another opportunity. So Braden Wilson, 2 opportunities in the first 2 minutes. Gone into touch. So a let off for Valleys there, Obi.
Yeah, and you can tell this game is going to be at lightning pace here, Nutsy. They've started just like a sprint, isn't it?
Yeah, just handling the ball very well there, the Waddles Warriors. I was very interested to see what they did, but they shifted right that time. As the referee says, time up here for the scrum. Shifted right, but they were really nicely balanced there. Just watch Gardner and Burns on that left edge, Cookie.
So McGrady feeds the scrum. Bowering takes it out, and he gets it onto the 12 in Sharp. Jason Sharp standing out at 5'8", and he's made play at 11 out from his try line. So they go back through Buchanan. He does a power run, the big fella, and he keeps the legs pumping, but he's pulled to ground by Duff. Bowering back to the left through short. Jock Waters, sorry. He made stand in the tackle and he'll play it on his own 30-metre line. Drew Jackson, the big fella, the big stag, gains another 10 metres and he'll play it on his own 40-metre line. Bowering in at dummy half. They go to the right through McGrady. McGrady turns and unders back into Button, who comes back towards the ruck, look for support. Got his arm free, but they shut it down by Coiner. They go to the right through McGrady, puts up a towering bomb on the last.
Ripper.
Richardson lets it bounce.
Let it bounce.
And it goes back to Christensen, who takes it, and he's quickly claimed by Budden. Budden roughs him up. Dwayne Duncan it was.
Yeah. I tell you what, not catching the ball on the full.
You've got to get the ball.
You've got to get involved in the game.
Exactly right. You've got to take the ball on the full.
No, sit back. This is the final here, Cookie.
Yep. Oh,
good hit.
Yep. Richardson plays the ball.
Nice,
they go to the left to Duggan. Duggan dummies, takes the line on, poked his nose through the line, and he'll play it on his own 40-metre line. So Richards steals some yards out of dummy half, and he'll play it into Valley's territory on the last. They go back to Matty Duggan. Matty Duggan puts up a midfield bomb. Chowns underneath it, looking. And he's dropped it. He's knocked it on. He had a bit of a peep. And Coiner's picked it up. There's space on the left if Waddles go there.
Got to go
They
far.
play it on the 30-metre line. Burns, flat ball to Ty Gardner. Good defence by McGrady. Wraps him up on the 22. They come back to Mitchell Duff. Taken by Drew Jackson in a ball and all tackle with the help of Jock Waters. 15 out from the try line. Matty Duggan back on the inside. The Coiner. Geez, he's been heavily involved in these opening 5 minutes.
Great tackle, Cookie.
Richards decides to run it. Gets it onto Burns, onto Ty Gardner, onto Gold. Gold's got one-on-one. Oh, great tackle by Calamart. Had to be made. They come back to Burns. Burns onto Duggan. Duggan's got runners. Throws a long ball to Vanderpoel.
Forward pass.
Christensen will go in. That's great work by the Wattles Warriors. Just stretched the Valley's defence, and they score in this the City corner end to go out to a 4-0 lead after about 3 minutes.
And welcome to our Power TV viewers. Sponsored by Hutch's Builders. Have a look at this replay, boys. We've got Matty Duggan. He could have given it to his brother Ryan, who was in the break there. And look, good work there. I think it was from Nick Vanderpool to put Matty Christensen, who wasn't in the side the last few weeks with Michael Marshall's form. And it was pretty to watch there, wasn't it, Nutsy?
Oh, beautiful ball movement there by the Warriors, shifting it from one side to the other. Duggan just coming across field, dummied on the inside, slowed the Valley's defence up.
Bodies in motion.
Yeah, he got him coming back in. And that, as you said, he could have hit Ryan Duggan into a hole, but he took the safer option over the top, and it was just basically had the numbers.
Yeah, look, and it's 4-0 after 6.5 minutes here in the 100th running of the Madsen Rasmussen final. We've got Matty Duggan. He's about a metre in from touch. He's kicked 12 goals last week in a romp against Oakey. And look, Wattles probably advantage them at the moment, but Valleys haven't had much ball at the moment as Matty Duggan comes in for this Pittsworth good tyre mechanical goal for Goodyear after that Toowoomba Sports Club try. Big crowd here for the Madsen Race. A wonderful day here at Clyde Berghofer Stadium as he comes in and he hits it. And no, he's just pushed it to the right like my 5-iron yesterday, so that makes it 4 points to 0, Nutsy.
Yeah, look at him, and I thought Matty Duggan would have, geez, he kicked very, very well down at Clifton last week. But a great start. It has, as Cookie said, it's been all Wattles. Basically started on that good 40-20 by Travis Burns to start their set, and that was on the first set. And Wattles since then have been camped down in Valley's End. So let's see if they can catch the ball on the full from the kickoff here.
Great start for the Wattles Warriors, that is for sure. And all down to that man's Travis Burns is 40-20. Straight off the Braden Wilson nearly scored off with a Dylan Chow knocking it back in. The ball falls off the tee. Dwayne Duncan goes back in to set it up again. We've had 8 minutes gone, 4-0 the Wattles Warriors lead. Dwayne Duncan gets us underway. It's a massive kick.
Taken by Dunn.
And he winds up, fellas.
Go!
And that stuff, Obi's love child.
Great skill by the big man. So they keep it going down the left through Ty Gardner. That's a good strong carry from the back rower. And he'll play it 25 out from his own try line. Richards goes on to Galton. Galton takes a bit of pressure and they work that left-hand corridor. That's a good run by Galton. And he'll play it on the 40-metre line. Burns drifts across field, picks Perkins back up in the middle. But good defence by Valley, stop him 5 metres. So they come out to Matty Duggan. Matty drops Ryan Duggan back on the inside and he'll play it in Valley's territory just over the halfway on the last tackle on this grandstand side. It comes to Matty on this side. He puts up a midfield bomb. He's testing him again. Chow. And it's taken by Ryan Duggan, I think it is.
Yeah, now,
and what's he going to say? No, Matty Richardson, Andrew Richardson it is.
He got it.
Yeah, and he's just saying that that's the 6th tackle. So Valleys will get the ball. They haven't had much, and they'll play it on their own 20-metre line.
Yeah, 8 minutes in, and it's 4-0 to the Wattles Warriors over Valleys. And look, I think, Wattles have had a lot of the ball, haven't they, Nutsy?
Yeah, have had a lot of the ball. The game's been going nearly 10 minutes. It's going very quickly. And here's Valley's big first opportunity, I think, with the ball with us. They get it up close to halfway, Cookie.
Yeah, Drew Jackson, plenty of defence in that. They bend him back over and he'll play it on his own 40-metre line on this clubhouse grandstand side. Bowring has a dart out of dummy up, but slips over, and he's quickly claimed by Dale Perkins. They go to Ben Cook on the right, out to McGrady. McGrady's got Budden on a flat ball, and he's quickly claimed on the halfway line on the last tackle. They go to the right to McGrady again. He's put it up a midfield bomb. It's sort of out there, and they let it bounce again.
Oh, well taken by Andrew Richardson.
Yeah, and he had to jump for it, and he'll play it on his own 22. So, Braden Wilson just takes a settler for him. Richards gets it to Perkins. Perkins always rolls his sleeve up. That's a great run by Dale Perkins.
Bravo, Perkins.
Yeah, the captain. And he gets it just short of the halfway. Duggan gets it on to Ryan Duggan. Ryan Duggan beautifully tackled by Benny Cook. Same way to Matty Duggan. Back inside. But a pass has gone forward. Dwayne Duncan and Matty Duggan come to a bit of pushing and shoving and arguing and barging.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, not for the faint-hearted out there at Clyburn of a stadium pitch. Or a field, whatever, I don't care. But it's fire up, Cookie. Fire up, Nutsy. And a bit of push and shove, and just common denominators being with these two sides when there's been a push and shove.
What's he going to say there? Is a ball gone forward from
Duggan? Drifted, yes. That'll be a Valley's feed.
Yep.
On their own 40 metre
unusual,
line.
Cookie, to see Duggan with no support players on the inside. He elected to go back on the inside. He had numbers on the outside, but he must have got a call from someone there, I would have thought, because he passed it to nobody.
Yeah,
Maybe one of Valley's players have called it.
It was Benny Cook.
Yeah.
The old sneak. He gets it out to Callum Hart off the scrum. Callum Hart threw a Hail Mary pass out the back to Denzel Burns, but it's gone into touch. So Valley's Roosters squander another opportunity with the ball. They haven't had a good start at all. 12 minutes gone. 4-0 the Wattles Warriors, and they'll get an S&K drilling scrum just in Valley's half on that old clock side.
Nutsy.
That would have been a CNR concreting coach killer. They've tackled one. Not having a lot of ball so far, the Roosters, and they just threw it out on play one as Wattles get another big opportunity.
So Matty Duggan at 5'8", turns Vanderpoel back in up the middle, but he's quickly claimed by the Valley's defence and made play it on their 40 metre line. Ryan Duggan bounces, quickly claimed by Sharp. Sharp rattles him to the ground. Richards gets it on to Perkins. Perkins just only knows one way, and that's straight ahead. And Benny Cook takes a good defensive tackle on him. They go out to the left. They stretch it again out to Galton. Galton steps back infield, and he'll play it 9 short of the try line. So comes to the right to Burns. Burns out to Matty.
Great tackle, Benny Cook.
Great hole running from Perkins. Nearly pokes his nose through. Matty Duggan pokes one along the ground, but it's going to be too heavy and it'll go dead in goal. So Silly Toe will bring it back for a 22 restart.
Yeah, Matty Duggan just being the orchestra, the composer at the moment, and Dale Perkins is buying into it. He's playing very, very well, but equally as well is Benny Cook. He put off a couple of really big tackles so far in this match.
Denzel Burns, he's in the backfield. He's got speed to burn. He runs round Richardson. He's going to score. That is a brilliant individual try. A Toowoomba Sports Club try by Denzel Burns, and he evens the match up here at 4 after 13 minutes.
Yeah, wonderful stuff by Denzel Burns. He's just got electric pace at the moment, and he's going really, really well. And look, a late inclusion into the game, Nutsy.
Yeah, very casual by the fullback there from Wattles. He just let Burns get on his outside, but the markers just didn't square up, and he got out. He ducked under one, and he went straight through like a shot out of a gun. And he got up to the fullback, and the fullback did not even lay a hand on him.
Yeah, and we see the replay here on Power TV, and he just split them. And I tell you what, you can't coach speed, can you?
No, he just poked his nose. One missed tackle on. I'm not sure who it was. I'll be able to tell you on the replay, but one missed tackle. He got into the backfield and he just stood up. The fullback in Andrew Richardson just ran around him.
But Richardson was very. He didn't
slow to react.
He never went at him.
No,
when Burns was coming down, he should have took the ground off him there. Just went at him.
Went forward at him. Yeah.
So it's 4-4 here in the Madsen Rasmussen final, and not bad by the Roosters, who really haven't had much ball after 15 minutes. Here we've got Dwayne Duncan, who's been kicking very well for the Roosters this season after that tremendous Toowoomba Sports Club try. Oh, look, it's just made a break, and the crowd has won, including the commentators, all went up to see that wonderful
individual try.
It was a great try.
Just straight out, brilliant
Nutsy.
individual.
Take us through the kick here, Nutsy.
As we see him going to try to attempt the kick from the opposite the grandstand side. He's only
the Mary
Street side. He's only 2 metres in from the touchline. He pauses over the ball. He has a look. He's taking a long pause. He comes in. strikes it. Touch judges, moves slightly.
Oh.
Waved away. 4-all here.
And I think Cookie early in this game with that kick, just having that slight advantage, but we're back to a level playing field at the present time. And look, I still think Wattles had more ball, but it's game on at the moment, Cookie.
It certainly is. So Wattles gets us underway through Matty Duggan, and he kicks down into that Mary Street scoreboard corner. And McGrady gets it onto Buchanan. Oh! Full steam ahead, but he stopped in his tracks by Galton, I think it was over there.
It was Galton. Good tackle, Cookie.
Great body contact. So Bunn plays it, 25 out from his line. Drew Jackson winds up. A good carry by him to Stagg from the Nango, who played on his own 40-metre line. Chown out of dummy half, dangerous. Good run by him. Will play it just inside Wattles' territory. Bowring keeps it coming down this left-hand edge through Sharp. Good tackle. Ryan Duggan, I think it is. No, Matty Duggan. Absolute beauty. Goes to Benny Cook. Benny Cook stabs one down into the corner, and they let it bounce. It'll go dead in goal. Yes, it does. So Wattles will get a 22 restart with that 7 tackle option.
Yeah, talked about momentum swings. You know, a really good professional set of 6 there, Nutsy.
Yeah, it was very good by the Valleys Roosters. They just needed that ball to set up to complete the set. Unfortunately for the Roosters, went dead.
So Richard gets it onto Vanderpool, who takes it up.
Oh, wow, was that Waters?
Jock Waters, with the help of Bowring.
Gee, Waters has been good these last few weeks. You know, he hasn't always been in the top side, but gee, he's playing well.
He's not your likeliest looking footballer, is he?
No.
Got more strapping on him than Farlap too, Cookie.
Yep. Cookie.
Ty Gardner plays it just in Valley's territory. They come to the right through Matty Duggan. Short ball onto
there he's
Coiner. Oh, Ray Duncan gives him a bit of attention. He's fired up, and he'll play it on the last tackle. They go to Matty Duggan. Matty Duggan stabs one across, but Chown in beautiful position, takes it in front of his post and heads upfield, but he's quickly claimed by Ty Gardner over there with the help of Galton, and he'll play it on the 22.
I really like that by Dylan Chown. He got the ball and he really just put it under his arm and went for it, Cookie.
2 changes to the Valley side.
So penalty, the first penalty, I think it is.
Yeah, Waters and Drew Jackson off.
Jackson on, yes.
Nathan Short, and I suggest Reggie Munn's on.
Munns has gone on, yes.
So McGrady kicks to this grandstand side, and they'll tap it just over the halfway. Dwayne Duncan taps it, gets it onto Reggie Munn. Fresh legs, good run by him, and he'll play it on Wattles' 40-metre line. They go to the right through Benny Cook. Benny Cook's got motion, gets it out the back to McGrady. Inside to Dylan Chown, pokes his nose through.
Travis Burns.
That's a great tackle by Travis Burns, shuts him down. 25 metres to the try line. Bunn, they work that Mary Street side, and he's dropped the ball. A knock on, the referee says.
I tell you what, we've gone 19 minutes, and that's about only the second mistake, hasn't it been, Cookie?
Yes, a quality game here at the Clyde Office Stadium in the Madsen Rasmussen 38th final. Absolute cracking game, 4-all, and an S&K drilling scrum to the Wattles Warriors, 15 out from their try line, Nutsy.
Yeah, big opportunity there for Valleys. He had kept going on the right-hand side there, Cookie. I reckon they would have scored as Wattles make a half break off the scrum.
Matty Duggan will play it, 30 on the 30-metre line. Vanderpool, he's done a lot of work in this first half.
Very honest, hasn't he?
First quarter of the game, I should say, and he gains 10 metres. They go to the left through Duff. Mitchell Duff just takes it a hit up. Plays it just short of the halfway. They go to Burns on the left, out the back to Richardson. Richardson scheming for a hole, but it's shut down by Callum Hart. No, McGrady it was, in a good ball and all tackle. They bring it back. Volvo Perkins heads back towards the ruck. He's had some great yardage, the big fella, leading from the front. They come to the right through Burns. He's going to put up a midfield bomb, and it's an absolute beauty. Plenty of chasers. And Dylan Chown takes an absolute beauty, and he'll play at 11 out from his own try line. Silly toe, I think it's his first touch. He heads one way now, back across the ruck. Still going, beats a couple of them. They're still trying to round him up. And they finally do. Ryan Duggan pulls him to the ground on this grandstand side. They go to the right. Bowring, no, he dummies and steals some yards. Good yardage.
Good run there, Cookie.
Gains about 15. They just ball movement out to Sharp in the middle of the field, and he'll play it on the halfway line. Bowring keeps it going through Buchanan, out the back to McGrady. McGrady floats it over to Calamard on the wing, and he slips over in the tackle, and he'll play it on the last tackle on that Mary Street side. McGrady puts in a crossfield kick. It's bounced, comes off the legs of Christensen, goes back in goal, picks it up. The big fella scored the first try, and he gets it back just 11 out from his own try line. Good work by the young winger.
He's copping a bit of attention too, Cookie, I suppose. It's
welcome to A grade.
That's it. That's what I was going to say.
Welcome to A grade, son.
They're not giving him much respite.
They keep it coming down this short side through Ryan Duggan, but he's quickly claimed by Benny Cook.
Perkins off Wilson on Cookie.
Reggie Nunn. They're going to spread it early in their own half. Out the back to Travis Byrne, on to Richardson, out to Braden Wilson. Braden Wilson shoves it off. He beats it. Come on, still going. He's still going.
Oh, there's a try.
Inside to Richardson. That's great work by Braden Wilson. He beat 5 of them. He got him to clear. Gets it back to Andrew Richardson. He goes in under the post. They score the Toowoomba Sports Club try. Yeah. And they hit the front again, the Bottles Warriors. 8-4.
Yeah, great stuff. And let's have a look at that replay. Look at this wonderful pass. It was a difficult pass, and Andrew Richardson on the inside. Braden Wilson for our Power TV listeners, viewers, sorry, for Hutchison Builders. And he goes under. And I'll tell you what, Braden Wilson, Denzel Burns looking after each other on that other side. Anything you can do, I can do better, Nutsy.
Just pushed him away. We say it week in, week out. He's the most unlikely looking player, but he's just so strong, and he's a lot faster than what you think.
He's a true winger.
He's a true winger.
Always
he's just and he's strong. See the way he got rid of that defender. Then another defender coming in, but then the skill at the finish. Cookie, the draw and pass, and he left the pass just perfectly right. And of course there was 2 Wattles players there backing up.
He picked the right option.
He picked the right option. He went to the furthest player. Magnificent rugby league by Wilson. Set up nicely by the inside backs though. As I said to you before the game, Cookie, it'll be interesting to see if they do that wide pass shift, and that's exactly what they did.
And they chanced their arm early.
They got on the outside with 2 big wide passes, and they got the numbers there. That's great football. That's great rugby league. That's what we come here to the Clive Burkhofer Stadium. We've come here to watch and witness rugby league at its best, and that's just what we see.
As you saw, Matty Duggan adding the Goodyear Pittsburgh 2, and after 24 minutes, we've got an amazing game here. It's Wattles 10, Valleys 4, Cookie.
And Dwayne Duncan gets us underway, and he puts up a high kick, an absolute beauty, and Nathan Galton will take it 10 out from his try line, heads back upfield and gains another 10 metres. Good run by the centre, and he'll play it on his own 22. Richards goes to the left to Ty Gardner. Ty Gardner, that's a good run by him. Adds another 10 to the metre count and plays it. Richards onto Burns, onto Matty Duggan, onto Richardson. Richardson onto Dylan Wilson this time, but he's quickly grasped by Benny Cook. They keep it going the same way to Matty Duggan. Matty Duggan.
Here we go, boys. Yes, we're going to have that bit of feeling. Oh, this is a cup final. This is what we love to see. Bit of motion, eh?
Yeah, Dwayne Duncan is on a mission today, and these 2 teams.
He is on a mission today.
He really is. You see, referee Martin Baldo just splitting both the teams apart at the moment as he sort of sums up what has happened here.
Well, they finally got Duggan in a tackle, and he thought while he had him caught, he might just go on with a little bit of alligators. And
what's that one?
That's a big word, Cookie.
It is a big word.
Freestone State High.
I'd have to get my dictionary out.
Where I went to school at Freestone State High. But the worst part about when he did that, it was right in front of the touch judge, and he had his flag up within a whipper. And he's going to be penalised here. And it's going to give Wattles an absolute cracking opportunity here with only 15 minutes to go here in the first half.
Martin Baldo.
Yeah, they'll go deep into the Roosters' territory now, and the way they've been handling the ball, Cookie, you'd nearly back them. You'd nearly back them to come up with another try.
Well, if they don't get the try, they're smart enough to get the repeat set. Yep. That's where you put the pressure on.
I can tell you what now, Munns from the kickoff there, he wants to be careful. He was 2 yards in front of the referee. I know it's a bit of a picky one, but you've got to make sure it's a fundamental thing. Stay behind the kickoff.
So Waddles will tap it 32 out from Valley's line. They spread it out to the middle to Dylan Wilson, and Dylan Wilson's quickly claimed by Buchanan and Bowering around the leg. So plays at midfield. They keep it going through Coiner. Coiner just takes a hit up, settles the play, and they'll play it 25 metres out from the try line. Richards dummies one way, goes to Burns. Burns on to Ty Gardner. Poked his nose through the line, just needed another runner. They keep it going the same way. Travis Burns on to Golden. Golden will go close.
Held up.
Centimetres in it, gets a quick play of the ball. It comes back to Burns. Burns on to Matty Duggan. Turns Dylan Wilson back up the middle. The big man tries to stand, but he's finally pulled the ground on the last tackle right in front of the post. They come to Matty Duggan. Captain look at it.
That's got to be a try.
It's a try. It's a fumble of thought, but they've got a try out of it.
Yes.
And the referee Bulldoze points to the spot, gives it.
Well, let's have a look at it there on power
Waddle
TV
stretch
here.
their lead to 14-4 with the kick to come.
Well, look at this. It's Dwayne Duncan, I think, fumbled it. It goes
Yeah,
back
Dwayne
in here.
Duncan.
He goes
And
backwards.
then Reggie Munn
right on the
can't clear
spot.
it. And who's
tries
on the
to
spot
scoop
there? Nick Vanderpool.
Yep.
He is right on the spot there, and he gets a fairly gift 4-pointer to make it 14-4.
Staying alive in the play. You've got to give Vanderpool his raps there because he stayed alive. He didn't drop out of the play. He stayed there, and the ball just presented itself to him, and very, very good try. But Duggan's scheming little kick, Cookie.
Absolute beauty. As they both of them said, Nutsy and Obi, a little fumble by Dwayne Duncan, then Reggie Munn tried to clean up. He tried to scoop it dead, and it ended up scooping it straight to Vanderpool, Nick Vanderpool, who come up with the Toowoomba Sports Club try. And Matty Duggan will throw this over. I'd say he's about 10 metres to the right of the uprights on this grandstand side for the Pittsworth Tyre Mechanical Goodyear goal.
Yeah,
and he adds the extras.
16 points to 4. Cookie, you got to go back to the penalty on Duggan. Where he had Duggan down. All he had to do was let him get up and play the ball. And it's from that penalty, from the back of that penalty, they got to tackle 5. Valley's done all the good work, but a little clever kick by Duncan, and bang, she's all over. So that's a big lead now, 14 points to 4.
Very interesting here, time of the game here. Here's a restart, Cookie.
Yeah, Dwayne Duncan, that's a massive kick, and Richardson takes it cool as a cucumber and gives it to the Wild Thing. Wild Thing, Pearson brings it back. Good run by him, gets it 15 just out of his try line. So Dylan Wilson, heavily involved, the big man. Plenty of them come in to try and pull him down. They finally do. And he'll play it on his own 22. So Joe Morris out of dummy half, steals about 15 metres before he's quickly claimed. They come to the right, through Matty Duggan, back on the inside.
Big Henry,
hit there. Yeah, Josh Henry tipped on his back. So a few changes to the Waddles Warriors. They kick straight down the guts, and it's a great kick. Silly Toe has to pick it up 5 metres out from his try line. There's a wall of Warriors down there, and they trap him 11 out from his try line. Dwayne Duncan goes into dummy half, throws a pass out in front of Chown. Chown heads across field. But I'll tell you, there's plenty of feeling in Waddles' defence, plenty of sting, led by that man Travis Burns. Denzel Burns, he's going to try and open the game up again, but this time they shut him down. They come back through Junior Chong Knee, just takes a settler for him, gets second phase, gets it back to Dwayne Duncan, heads across field, he's in space, but he's rounded up by his opposite number in Vanderpool, who makes a good tackle on this grandstand side. Drew Jackson,
back out there.
The big man, he tries to... No, he's got him for offside, so costly Joe Morris, I think it is.
Yeah, but this is a momentum.
No, shoulder charge. Shoulder charge, Cookie, not offside.
Yeah,
He's gone
a
in with the
momentum
shoulder.
penalty. That was late in the tackle count there,
Must have been
boys.
the wall thing over the top, was it?
Yeah, well, he called. He motioned to his shoulder, saying it was the shoulder charge.
11 until half time. 16-4 Wattles over Valleys.
Big chance, Valleys, Cookie.
Yeah, big chance. So Drew Jackson will play it. 19 out from the try line. Just midfield. They come back this left side through Dwayne Duncan. Dwayne Duncan pokes his nose. That is a brilliant individual try by Dwayne Duncan. He stepped 3 players off his left foot and goes in for the Toowoomba Sports Club try. Out of nothing. They're back in this at 16-8 with the kick to come.
Let's look at this Power TV delayed telecast. 7 p.m. every Monday night. This is going to look wonderful on television. And we've got our radio callers. Duncan gets it. He does a Benji Marshall sort of jig. He beats 2 or 3. And look, he comes off inside. And he is inspired with defence and attack now, fellas. And that was a try that really has got them back into the game. 16-8 there, Nutsy.
Yeah, look, to me, when he got the ball, it looked like it was just going to be a lazy little carry up. He didn't look like he had any.
Casual,
he didn't have any intent in the way he was running. But then he just sort of stepped around one, okay, I'm still going here, got rid of another one, and then carried the fullback across the line. Just a great individual try. And you've got to say the Roosters' 2 tries here this afternoon has just come off parts of just individual brilliance by 2 players.
You're so right, mate. Whereas the pressure from Wattles on Valleys has got them their 4-pointers across the line. Here comes Benny Cook, nearly right in front, just to the left of it. He adds the extras and it makes it a 6-point ball game by 16 points to 10. 9 minutes until half time in this 100th running in the centenary year of the Toowoomba Rugby League of the Madsen Rasmussen final here, Cookie.
Yes, so what was a great lead by Wattles leading into with 8 minutes to go till half time, and Matty Duggan gets us underway. That's a big kick and it goes down to Corey McGrady, takes it in goal, gets it back to Dexter Buchanan who brings it back, but he quickly claimed by the Wattles defence. They come to the left. Comes to Junior Chongney. Chongney had the ball knocked out. Matty Duggan, no. 2 in the tackle, the referee saying, which is a fair call. There was about 3 of them in there, and they've reefed the ball, so Valleys will get another relieving penalty on their 22, and Corey McGrady will kick to this grandstand side.
I still thought it was about a 50-50 there. You know, like you've got to take the onus when you are the ball carrier to hang on to the ball, but a lot of bodies really clashed there. So anyway, Valleys have got the ball, Cookie.
Yep. So Jason Sharp, plays it 10 in from this grandstand side, just short of the halfway. They go to the right through Ben Cook, turns Jackson back in.
Jeez, he's been willing, Cookie, hasn't he?
He has. He's done a lot of carries for him, and he plays it just short of the halfway. They go to the right. Goes out to McGrady. McGrady, short ball.
Yep.
Well read. Who was that? Travis Burns cuts down Bud. But, the ball's been jolted out. What's he going to say here, the referee?
The Roosters. He's got a marching too. Bit of back chat, he said.
And it was a slap on the ball.
But it was
Denzel Burns was
one on one. But anyway, Corey McGrady gets the penalty, and they'll kick to that Mary Street side, and they'll tap it about 15 metres out from Wattles' try line.
Unbelievable, Cookie.
7 minutes to go, 16-10 Wattles Warriors lead.
7 minutes to go in the first half here.
Yes. So no.
What's that?
Bud runs into a Dylan Wilson and just bounces off him.
Shook every bone in his body.
It shook us up here in the grandstand, that's for sure. Junior Chongney, he takes a settler for the Roosters, and he's worked it 5 metres from the try line. Zach Miles goes into dummy half, goes out the back to McGrady. McGrady.
There's a lifting tackle there on Alona Budden.
But I don't think he'd already dropped the ball first. He knocked it on, and
it was almost forward as well.
Yeah,
but
so a
little bit of a dangerous tackle there, but
a bit of panic in Valleys there.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah,
and a long time to go in this game. 6 minutes until half time, and it's 16 points to 10. Wattles over Valleys. Wattles feed 10 metres out from their own line in the S&K drilling scrum. Cookie.
Yeah, a relieving one for the Wattles Warriors because they've been under the pump the last 10 minutes, and Galton just takes it from the scrum and just takes a settler, and he'll play it. Plays it back to Morris. Morris gets it on to
Henry, I think it is,
Henry,
Cookie.
yeah. And he wrapped up by Drew Jackson. So they come back through Wild Thing up the middle. So Wattles just work him in tandem either side of the ruck and working the middle over. So the 16 in Henry again takes it, good yardage run, and will play it just short of his own 40. Travis Burns out the back to Richardson. Richardson does a bit of footwork, but a beautiful grass cutting tackle by Corey McGrady. Last tackle, Travis Burns puts up a bomb, and Chown beautifully positioned, takes it 15 out from his try line, heads upfield, across field, beats one, beats two, still going. He's got Denzel Burns, Travis Burns in front of him, and he slips over. Now he's lost it. Great work by Travis Burns.
Save the day.
He did save the day. He just ordered him towards the sideline and bamboozled him in defence.
Yeah, that's experience for you there, because he knew he didn't have the pace that Denzel Burns has. Let's have a look at on the Power TV replay. There he is. Burns has got him lined up, and he just didn't control the ball enough, Denzel Burns, and the experience from Travis Burns really won the day, Nutsy.
Oh, yes, could be the player of the day there, Cookie.
So, an S&K drilling scum to Wattles on their own 40-metre line. Vanderpoel, grass tackled by Benny Cook, an absolute beauty. Richardson goes back to the left, gets it to Mitchell Duff, who's come back on for his second spell, and he'll play it just short of the halfway. Wild Thing, Pearson backs himself into the defence and gets it into Valley's territory. So Morris goes to Matty Duggan. Matty Duggan dummies. Ryan was looming on his outside, but he takes the tackle. They get a Travis Burn on the left out to Ty Gardner standing wide, and he just takes the yards up, and he'll play it on the last tackle. 22 out from the line. Travis Burns stops and steadies, puts a cross-field kick, and it's taken by Duggan. Back to Matty Duggan. No, offside.
Holy moly, yes,
Offside.
he was.
Let's have a look on that on the replay.
We got that on the replay.
Yeah, he's saying inside the 10 metres.
Let's have a look at it, and I do think when Nick Vanderpoel goes up, he probably just goes it forward. Look for Matty Duggan. He goes up.
No, we can't. No, we just missed. Just out of
No, he's
speed.
passed it forward.
Pass it forward.
As he was going down, he's passed it forward to Duggan.
And the referee was
right on
there.
the spot. So
Jotting on the spot.
Valleys tap it on their own 30-metre line. 3 minutes to go till half time. I'll tell you, she's been a frantic pace and plenty of feeling in this Madsen Rasmussen Trophy final. 16-10 the Wattles Warriors lead. It goes out to Ben Cook, turns Junior Chongnee back up the middle. He bounces out of Duff, but Henry hangs on and pulls him to ground with the help of Pearson. Zach Miles out of dummy half, does a bit of footwork, but beautiful tackle by Mitchell Duff, cuts him to ground. They go to the right to Benny Cook, out the back to McGrady. McGrady spots a hole, gets it out the back to Bud, gets a flick past to Bud looking for support, but he's tackled by Golden. They go to the right through Zach Miles, great vision by him. He'll go close, but he's pulled down on the last tackle. One to make. They come back to the left to Corey McGrady. Kicks across field.
All he's
Silly
got to do is
toe.
catch
Does he get there? No, knocked on. Great work. Great defence by Christensen.
Oh, don't you love it?
What a game! What a game!
From side to side.
Yeah.
Pinpoint kick. Rugby league at its best.
He's just knocked it on there, Cooking. It's gone across the sideline. Both halves on both sides really kicking the ball to perfection.
Great work by Christensen, just holding off on Silly Toe, so then he could make the tackle to jolt the ball free.
You've got to give the young fella some credit there. He was really cool under an immense amount of pressure.
Certainly was. So Wattles, great work by Ty Gardner.
Yeah,
good
stuff.
run by
He
him.
has been good this
and makes
afternoon.
it just short of the halfway. Morris
forward pass.
onto Matty Duggan. The referees, actually, the touch judge picked that up. Could that be costly? A minute 20 to go till half time. 16-10, they cling to a lead, the Wattles Warriors. And Valleys will probably get one last shot through an S&K drilling scrum on the halfway.
Yeah, we always get this pre-half-time period, which is so crucial to the outcome of the game. 16-10, Wattles over Valleys with the last minute of the first
Dwayne
half.
Duncan comes out on this left-hand edge. Good tackle by Vanderpoel. Makes the tackle on the Wattles 40-metre line. Sharp just takes the yards. Tries to poke his nose through. Duff finishes him off. Zach Miles back to Drew Jackson. Great work by Matty Duggan.
Penalty.
No, Drew Jackson, the front row. I don't think that's in your category, son. Trying to take the quick tap.
Yeah, time out, Cookie. We've got a Wattles player down. Valleys were just about ready to take the tap restart there.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a coy.
Yeah, it's what they call tactics. And with 25 seconds to go, that's going to give the Wattles Warriors
Who is it, Ty Gardner, is it Dan?
I think it's Joey
Big
Morris.
Joey Morris.
But he got a bit of a hit there, a couple of tackles beforehand, so he was pretty injured. But 25 seconds to go until half time.
What would you say, Cookie? 3 plays?
I'd probably take the 2. You're not even like why you're going to get one play,
well,
maybe 2 plays, 2 shots at it. They're already set. I'd probably take the 2 while you can.
Yeah, take the 2.
I'd take the John Darien Hotel penalty goal. Back 2 scooters on it.
I think they'll take the 2 here.
Yeah, I'd say they will.
Well, that comes in. They're only 4 points behind, Cookie, so that's
and they've done well because they haven't had much possession. The Valleys
hang on.
No, they're going to take the tap. Well, that's confidence. So they take the tap. Sharp just takes it forward.
23
Good
seconds
tackle
to go
by Mitchell Duff. They go to the right. Set move out here on the right, and they turn it back.
Good play.
Oh, Dylan Chow. Well read by Matty Duggan. Picked him off. Great stuff. Couple of minutes, seconds to go. They kick it along the ground.
Great work. That's better.
Andrew Richardson really on the spot. So there goes the halftime siren. So they'll head to the sheds. 16-10, the Wattles Warriors lead. I would have taken the 2
points, and I'd agree with you.
Will that be
Cookie.
the difference here this afternoon in the Madsen Rasmussen Hutchies Cup first grade trophy final?
Yes. Oh, look, Cookie, in a final like that, when you got a penalty there, 2 points there at 16-12, it's only a try now. They've got to score and convert to get back into the game. It's points are very valuable. 2 points is half a try, I believe.
Exactly right,
and it's going to be, both sides have really thrown a lot at each other.
And we know there's not going to be much.
You've got to look
over the last
exactly
6 or 7
right.
encounters of these 2 particular clubs. There's been nothing in it, and that 2 points could be the difference.
Well, look, I tell you what, let's go over to Neville Cherry. And Nev, you've been down on the ground all half, and holy moly, we've got to have a rest ourselves, haven't we, Neville?
Mate, Obi, I can tell you one thing about that first half. There has been no let-up from start to finish. These sides have just smacked each other in the middle of the field there like you wouldn't believe. They know they're playing for a final spot here. It's a wonderful game, and, mate, just the intensity hasn't let up, Obi.
Yeah, and look, and it's just from one end of the field to another, Neville.
It's just going with momentum, Obi. Like, whoever can hang on to the ball seems to come up with the chocolates and get the points. But mate, the fellas in the middle there, they might drop the ball here and there, but it's not through lack of trying. It's just the intensity of the tackles is so hard, and they're just jamming each other, especially in the middle of the forward pack there. You see Vanderpoel, he's having to take a lot of the rucks off there because the Wattles Warriors, they're just out on their feet. They're just the forwards. It's just that intense in the middle there. And the same as Zachy Miles just come on for the Valleys Roosters, just to try and give them a little bit of a help there for the last 20 minutes of the second half.
I thought he was very good there, Nev. Miles in around that dummy half for Valleys really got him, ignited them a bit there.
Mate, he gave him a little bit more spark there, George. Nathan Bowring is a wonderful dummy half player, and mate, he's not ever going to take his spot, but just when they started to fatigue, because Nathan does a lot of work around the middle of the ruck there in tackling, and Zachy Miles has come on, just give him a little bit of spark there, and looks like Brett Seymour's had him there a little bit to work out the game plan.
Look, Nevin, another thing that I've noticed that Dale Perkins seems to he seems to be on the bench longer than some of the other forwards. The Waddles are a far better side with him out in the field. Like, he's been off there since 21 minutes. To my way of thinking, Waddles need to get more out of him.
Mate, totally agree, George. And just being down here under the post, watching them move towards that other end of the field, he's the guy that's getting them to go forward. When they're stuck coming out off their own line, it's Perkins who comes back in behind the ruck there on the inside pass from Duggan, and he gets on his front, a quick play the ball, and that gives him a little bit of momentum to move down the field. Hence, he's been off, like you were saying, and Waddles have been stuck down on their own line here for 10 minutes now.
All right, Neville, well, see if you can get to the word from the sheds, and we'll get back to you after we take a break. This is the OBN Cookie Call in a wonderful Madsen Rasmussen final here at the Clive Burkhoff Stadium. Stay with us on Power FM.
Hutchie's lives here. We're locals, just like you. To us, construction is really about people, not just bricks and concrete. It's people who bring our structures to life and build communities. We stick by the people who make communities. From Toowoomba Rugby League to RACQ Lifelight Rescue Service, Milne Bay Military Challenge, and the Toowoomba Tennis International, Hutchie's is proud to back the people who support the region.
The 2018 TRL Premiers, Valleys Rugby League Football Club, has a proud history that's 100 years old this year. Today they boast a modern clubhouse and facilities at Middle Ridge. Their function rooms are ideal for corporate functions, celebrations or parties. To book your next function, simply call them on 0429 596 353. That's 0429 596 353. If you've lost your income or had a change of earning capacity through no fault of your own and are struggling with debt that you can no longer handle, you probably feel a bit like this ant. If the struggle is getting you down and you feel overwhelmed, there is an answer. Central Liaison has helped thousands of people break free of the debt struggle by handling their debt for them. Freeze all interest, stop the harassing calls from the bank and start enjoying life again. Call them today on 0409 344 070 for a confidential, obligation-free chat about how Central Liaison can help you take your life back. The number again, 0409 344 070. Call them now.
Crazy Kevin on the radio.
Jamming as much variety into your day as possible.
PowerFMradio.com.au.
Every week on Power TV Australia, the TRL Footy Show, proudly sponsored by Power FM and Hutchie's Builders. Join our team of experts Friday morning at 7 for an in-depth analysis, plus the latest news from all the clubs leading into the weekend's games and some fun along the way. The TRL Footy Show. Catch it online at powertvaustralia.com or take it with you anywhere by downloading the Power TV app. Power TV Australia, the home of the TRL Footy Show.
Anyway, well, both the teams are out on the field. It's half-time in the Madsen Rasmussen final in the centenary year for Toowoomba Rugby League. And we see Wattles in front by 16 points to 10, where this rivalry continues over the last couple of seasons, Cookie.
Yes, and why wouldn't you love rugby league? Because with the first half like that, it's been an absolute bottler of a game so far. And with both sides having a well-earned break, because as Neville highlighted, it has been a frantic pace both in attack and defence, and both sides haven't died wondering, throwing plenty of shots. And we're underway for this second half. Madsen Rasmussen Trophy Final of 2019, and it goes back to Drew Jackson. The then goes Stagg, brings it back to his 22 and gets put to ground. Zach Miles still in there at dummy half, gets it on to Dexter Buchanan and gains another 10 metres before he's wrapped up in a Ryan Duggan tackle. Slow play the ball. They keep it going to the left through Junior Chongnee, who takes a hit up as well and gains 10 metres. Tries to get the quick play the ball. Zach Miles back to Corey McGrady. McGrady's got Denzel Burns out the back, gets it on to Callum Hart. Callum Hart decides to head back infield. He's still going. He beat about three of them. He slips out of a tackle, but Duff comes in to finish him off, and he'll play it 30 out from the Wattles line. They spread it to the left. It goes out there to Dwayne Duncan, who kicks ahead. Football. It's a great kick ahead, but it's rounded up by Matthew Christensen. That's a good run by the young fella, and a good tackle by Benny Cook around the legs, and he'll play it on his 22. Rugby League. Good stuff by Van der Poel.
Great set there to start the second half by the Valleys Roosters, Cookie. Really got their forwards radering down through the middle as we see the Wattles Warriors now getting up towards halfway.
Wild Thing takes it up. He'll play it just short of the halfway. Goes to Henry. Josh Henry takes it forward. Just working the middle of the field over both sides. So Matty Duggan spots a little hole, but it quickly shuts through Benny Cook and the help of Sharp. So they come back to the left. Travis Burns puts up a tearing midfield bomb, and he's taken by Richardson. Richardson's got support!
Oh, he dropped it!
Mitchell Duff!
He drops it, Mitchell Duff.
Oh,
he couldn't believe it, the big front thrower. He probably hasn't been in that position before for a while. And he's dropped his chocolates with the line wide open. So there goes an opportunity. Great work by Andrew Richardson, the fullback, taking that Burns bomb.
Wasn't it a great bomb, Cookie?
Absolute beauty. So Valley's bringing it out from their own end. In the 17, in Nathan Short. Quickly claimed by Ty Gardner and Galton. So Jackson, he's had a whale of a game.
For every hit up he's had.
Yeah, he's had a whale of a game. Takes another hit up. So Zach Miles throws a long ball. Goes out to Sharp. Sharp with those quick legs. Gains a quick 10 metres. Zach Miles gets the quick play of the ball. Gains another. Will play it on the last tackle in Wattles territory. So Benny Cook stabs one just over in the backfield. It's still rolling around. But Matthew Christensen goes back, slips over, gets up, runs again, but he's claimed by Cook. Van der Poel, he's done some work for the forwards too. Has a hit up, will play it 25 metres out from his try line. Andrew Richardson goes out from dummy half. Another good grass-cutting tackle by Benny Cook. They come back to the middle. Through Duggan throwing dummies. Still going. That's a good run.
Nearly got through there that time, Cookie.
Button wraps him up. So it comes to Travis Burns onto Ty Gardner. Corey McGrady stops him in his tracks, and he'll play it on the 40-metre line in Valley's territory on the last. Travis Burns puts up another one.
Floating bomb.
But Chow this time takes it comfortably.
Oh,
Runs into a tiger.
Who's played very well this game.
Get a bit of that in here, he says. Whoop.
Denzel Burns ducks under a couple, but they've come back, and he's trying to get one-on-one. Who is it? Matty Duggan, I think it is, trying to steal the steal. They'll keep it going to the left.
Oh,
Jock
Waters.
He's back on.
Trundle's forward. He'll play it on his own 40-metre line. They keep it going through Junior Chong Ni. He dummies to his left, and he works it into Waddle's territory, and he'll play it just over the halfway. They come back to the middle through Corey McGrady. Stops. Got a flick pass out the back. It was a beauty to the low button, but he drops it. So it'll be a knock on by Valleys. So 16-10 after 5 minutes in this second half. And Waddles will get an S&K drilling scrum 35 out from their try line.
Yeah, I reckon that Brett Seymour has said to Corey McGrady, just get a bit more involved, and that showed that, don't you reckon?
Yeah, 100%, Obi. I thought McGrady wasn't very well involved in the first half. Now, he's picked up a slight injury there. He's got up, he's feeling his ankle, so hopefully for the Valleys Roosters he's okay. But you've got to get him involved. He's a classy little footballer.
So it's taken out by Richards, and it goes on to Richardson.
No, he's gone, I think.
He's limping.
Yep.
So that could be a big blow to the Valleys Roosters with the wild thing playing it on the halfway. Richards out of dummy half. Spots a gap, great gap, but it closes by Zach Miles. Quick play the ball. Burns will go to the right to Matty Duggan, standing out in the middle of the field. All the runners overrun him, and he just has to stop proper. He's taken by Jock Waters and wrapped up 15 out from the try line. They come back to the middle through Burns. On to Richardson. Richardson, long ball to Dylan Wilson. Wilson, I should say. And guess who he stood up?
Yep.
Corey McGrady hanging out on the wing.
Yep.
Busted. So Braden Wilson gets a double here. No, he doesn't. He set up the second one, gets a try for himself, and he's just a classic winger, Obi.
Read well by the Waddles team, and Corey McGrady, yes, he's still got that sore ankle there, and Braden Wilson, one of the best finishers in the Toowoomba Rugby League competition. He took full advantage of it, and see if we can have a look at this replay here, Cookie and Nutsy. Matty Richardson gives it to Travis Burns, who's been one of their best players today. Richardson, that second man play, a big long pass to Braden Wilson, and you can see that Corey McGrady just a bit slow, struggling there.
That's a great try,
look,
Cookie.
And isn't it a game of inches, Nutsy?
Yeah, look, and we've seen it, and we did say it for the listeners there, that McGrady did hurt his ankle in that tackle. And what he actually did, he come out and defended on this on the right-hand edge, and when Wilson got to him, he stood him up and went round him, particularly because McGrady couldn't get that spring off his step. Great work by the Warriors, noticing that weakness in the Valleys Roosters defence, and they've scored the try. Now it's 20 points to 10. Ken Duggan kicked the gold.
On this grandstand side, he's half a metre in from touch, and hits the right upright. So he misses out on the Pittsworth Tyre Mechanical Goodyear goal. Nothing in that. Hits the right upright. So the score remains 20-10. 8 gone in this second half. And boy, do we have a game on our hands in this 38th Madsen Rasmussen Hutchies Cup first grade final.
Yeah, look, wonderful stuff here. 10-point ball game, and look, Waddles have just been at arm's length away in this game, haven't they, Nutsy?
Yeah, look, and McGrady's still staying out there, so he must think he's right. He's not really, not that well, is he? But anyway, yeah, look.
High kick-off from Dwayne Duncan goes down to Andrew Richardson, who took it on his own 22, and the Valleys defence quickly claim him. So Richards gets it on to Mitchell Duff. Bowering goes in, ball and all, and rolls him to ground. Richards, the two hookers come, but he beats him. Richards beats him again. So 2-0 to the Waddles hooker, and he's finally pulled down by Calamar on the halfway line. Great run by him. They go to the right to Wild Thing. Wild Thing winds up, gets it into Valley's territory, and he'll play it just over the halfway line. They go to the right to Matty Duggan, stretches
Good
out,
pass,
gets it on
numbers.
the edge.
Intercepted.
Intercepted Dwayne Duncan. He's got Matty Duggan. He beat him. He's got 10 to go. Shut the gate. The horse is bolted. That is a Toowoomba Sports Club try. An intercept try to Dwayne Duncan. So Valleys, hang on still. 2014, 9 gone in this second half.
This game has got everything, guys. Let's have a look at it on the Power TV replay. And Dwayne Duncan, I thought for a moment there, Nutsy, that Matty Duggan was going to mow him down.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's either rocks or diamonds, isn't it, really? If the Waddles player gets the bloke on the outside, the Warriors would have scored the try. He come up with the intercept, and Duggan done the right thing. He carved himself all the way down the field and made sure the Valleys Roosters scored right out, and he didn't bring the ball around under the post. So the Roosters now have a difficult attempt at gold.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it brings them back into the game, and this game is starting to have everything in it, you know, and just don't discount this Valleys side. You know, they've come from behind. Well, each team has come from behind in these epic battles this last couple of seasons, Cookie.
Yeah, it certainly has, Obi, and Dwayne Duncan, well read by him.
Yeah,
he was outnumbered.
He was outnumbered. He chanced it.
He chanced it, and he came up with the golden intercept, and he's run 60 metres to score over in that scoreboard corner end of the Mary Street side to give Valleys a glimmer of hope, because they haven't started this second half very well, like they did the first half.
That's right too, but I've been more impressed with the Valleys forwards in this second half. Cookie, they sort of really roll their sleeves up, trying to get that impetus in around the middle of the field.
Here's Benny Cook, who's taken over the kicking duties from Dwayne Duncan, the try scorer, so maybe he had just a bit too much puff of him, and he comes from a metre out. He kicks it. It looks pretty good. And it's there. So, look, it's a 4-point ball game now. It was 6 points at half-time. So we've got 20 points to 16. Look, we're on edge of the seat stuff, which was anticipated for this final here today at Clive Burghofer Stadium, Cookie.
So tell me, Obi, what happens if it's a draw at full time?
5 minutes each way and then golden point.
Okay. So will we be going into those territories?
So we'll see what happens from there.
Warming up on the sideline, so he'll come on for the last 30 minutes of this match. They need him. Matty Duggan gets us underway, just kicks it deep, and it goes down to Corey McGrady, who gets it onto Drew Jackson, who brings it back full steam ahead.
He has played well, hasn't he, Cookie?
He has, and he got it back to the 22, so the young stag, good run by him. Junior Chong Ni, he carries it forward, and that's a good run by him. They can't struggle to pull him down. They finally do. The two Duggan boys pull him down on his own 30-metre line. Jock Waters, he only knows one way.
Oh, nearly got a pass away there too.
The big brick.
This is a good set from Valleys, Cookie.
So Denzel Burns, speed to burn he has. The referee says play on, and he's still going. And he's beaten about 5 of them, and he's finally cut down by Henry. They come to the right. Out to Nalane Budden. Nalane Budden steps off his right. Oh. Ty Gardner slipped over, and he nearly went straight through a big hole. He'll play it on the last tackle on the 22. Goes out to Ben Cook, stabs one into the corner. Christensen, great work by him, good position play. Takes it a metre out from his try line.
Yeah, look, one of the best set of sixes in the actual game this today here, Nutsy.
Yeah, Valley's very, very strong, that set of 6. They're starting to get a bit of field position here, and they're starting to look, starting to really come in the game, Cookie.
27 minutes left in this Madsen Rasmussen final. It's Waddles 20, Valleys 16, Cookie.
Wild Thing plays it on his own 22. They come to the left through Burns. Burns onto Ty Gardner. Ty Gardner runs into his opposite number in Nalane Budden, and he pulls him to ground with the help of Jock Waters. So Richards in at dummy half, gets it back to Travis Burns, who just puts it straight down, and it goes straight down Dylan Chown's throat, and he brings it back. He beats 2 of them, and now he slips over, and now Golden comes back for a second attack, and he'll wrap him up on the halfway. Callum Hart runs across field looking for an opening, and he finds it, and he's in the backfield. He's got Richardson to beat. Beats him! Try!
Unbelievable!
What a try!
Hey, Cookie!
From the
Wow,
grand final hero into the best try of the day, Callum Hart. Gee, he motors when he doesn't look like he is, Nutsy.
The unbelievable strength there.
Let's have a look at it on the Power TV replay there. Nutsy, take us through it.
Straight through Henry. Henry went at him. He went straight through, and then he took off into the backfield. He come to the fullback, stepped around him, pushed him out of the road, kept going. Another Wattles player tried to get at him right off the post. I think it was young Christensen, but he had too much power, too much speed. Another great individual try there by the Roosters.
Oh, look, it's magical stuff. And look, this edge of your seat stuff from these two wonderful sides. It's 20 all after that Toowoomba Sports Club try. You think it would be 22-20 with the kick right in front for Ben Cookie.
Yes, an absolute Toowoomba Sports Club try special there by Callum Hart. Just went across field, looked for a hole, created his own hole by he's such a strong ball carrier, and then he just got into the backfield. He beat 3 to the try line and planted it straight under the black dot. And Benny Cook will have no trouble throwing this over down that Arthur Street end to take it. Valleys to, I think, their first lead.
Time, I was just going to say to you, Cookie,
yeah,
that's the first time they've won the Madsen Rasmussen Trophy. 22 points to 20 with 25 minutes to go here in the second half. And the Valleys Roosters, just in the last 5 or 6 minutes, to my way of thinking, and watching this game, their forwards are just starting to get across that advantage line and starting to take a little bit of control in this Madsen Rasmussen final, Cookie and Obi.
Well, strap in, 24 minutes left, Cookie.
Matty Duggan decides to put one along the ground this time. It beats Chown, beats Drew Jackson. He lets it go, and Perkins. Did they get him in goal? No, they just missed out, and he'll play it a metre out from his try line.
It's all happening.
Junior Chong Knee, he's grass cut another metre out. So Zach Miles, he tries to do a bit of footwork. So great stuff by the Wattles Warriors. Have them playing it on number 3, 15 out from their try line. Jock Waters, the brick, he decides to bring it forward. Gains 10 metres, so there's 4 tackles gone, and they're playing it 25 out from their try line. Denzel Burns gets a ball, gets it out to Sharp. Decides to take the tackle.
A bit high there, but
play on. They keep it going down that left-hand side. Dwayne Duncan stabs one in behind. Bounce.
Play on.
For Zach Miles, still going.
Oh, that's the last tackle.
That
was the last.
Thrill a minute here.
I was just about to say, Cookie, after 3 tackles, Valleys weren't out of their 20, and it was in complete contrast on the previous time they got the restart. But look, people like Dwayne Duncan just create something from nothing.
They certainly do. And Zach Miles have bounced up perfectly for him, but Wattles bringing it out of their own danger zone.
Good run, Duff.
Mitchell Duff, that is a good, strong carry, and he'll play it on his own 30-metre line. Volvo Perkins, he does exactly the same and backs it up with another 10-metre carry. Burns goes out to Duggan on the right. Duggan looking for runners, picks up Andrew Richardson, and he'll play it just in Valley's territory. Richards in at dummy half, gets it to Duggan. Duggan turns Perkins back in, his second carry in this set of 6, and he'll play it on Valley's 40 on the last tackle. 1 to do. They go to the right to Matty Duggan. He puts up a towering bomb again. Chown has to go back, lets it bounce. It bounces back this way. An A-grade bounce for Coyder. And Mitch Coyder goes in for a Toowoomba Sports Club try. It's a try, I thought, in the second half.
And this game,
Wattles are back in front, 24-22 with the kick to go.
And this game has got everything, Nutsy, hasn't it? It's just got everything. Let's have a look at the replay here, Nutsy, on Power TV.
Magnificent kick from Duggan.
I thought it was going to hit the post here, Nutsy.
And so did Chown. Chown thought it was going to hit the post, and he just let it drift over the top of him. But you wouldn't think you'd get a wicked bounce like that. And coming through was Coyder, bounced up into his hands, and all he had to do was run 3 or 4 paces and put the ball down. And the Wattles Warriors now been under a bit of pressure here in the last 5 to 8 minutes. have etched away to a 24 points to 22 lead in a cracking final here at Clive Burkhofer Stadium.
Yeah, Toowoomba Sports Club try.
The home of Rugby League in Toowoomba, Obi.
It certainly is, and this game has got everything. I tell you what, it has taken it to another level, even from last year's epic battles. And but we're here at the present time.
It's not over yet.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man.
Strap our boots on. Here we're going to be in for 20 minutes of, I think we're going to go from end to end here, Cookie. Both sides willing to start to throw the ball around, and the kicking game from both sides has been fantastic, particularly Duggan and Burns. Those high kicks have obviously thought that Chown's a little bit suspect under the high ball. I think he's very, very good under any bouncing ball, but that time he just didn't pick it up. It just floated away from him as the ball come down. Well kicked. Good football, good rugby league.
Yeah, look, good comeback there by the Wattles, because Valley's had just a slight momentum at that time, but once they got the ball in their hands, both sides are really trying a lot of different things to put the other off at the moment.
Matty Duggan has kicked the Pittsburgh Tyre and Mechanical Goodyear goal, so they lead 26-22 with kick-off by Dwayne Duncan, and it goes deep. Dale Perkins brings it back. He's been a strong carrier of the ball this afternoon and gets it back to his 22. Richards gets it onto the try scorer, and Coyner does a bit of footwork before the line on the right-hand edge, and he's wrapped up by Sharp. They come back out to Matty Duggan, onto Mitchell Duff. He slips over. Drew Jackson quickly claims him. So they go back to the middle. Richards tries to beat Drew Jackson. He hangs on, piggybacks him, and they finally pull him to the ground with the help of Dexter Buchanan. They go to the right to Matty Duggan. Flat ball to Vanderpoel.
Yeah,
but Dwayne Duncan read it, and they had a bit of a Captain Cook, so they've knocked it on there. So there'll be an S&K drilling scrum to Valley's Roosters. Wattles 40-metre line on that Mary Street side.
That's just probably not the right play there, Cookie. They should have taken another tackle there. He's starting to read that play with Duggan's cutout pass there. Come up the last twice he's done that, Cookie. They've come up with the error.
They have. So McGrady standing out. He dummies to a lot, and he gets Denzel Burns in space. Shut the gate. The horse is bolted. Oh, he gets there. That's a Toowoomba Sports Club try, and he gets a double, Denzel Burns. That is sheer speed. You cannot buy that stuff.
No, that's unbelievable. And he keeps himself in the field of play as they come at him.
Here's a replay, Nutsy.
I didn't think he was going to get there. Burns on the inside, tries valiantly. He goes for the line in the air. Try.
All set up by Corey McGrady. Just had most men in motion.
Once he gained,
dummy to a few and got him isolated.
Holding that ball out in front of him, Cookie, going into the line, and they're double guessing what they were going to do, and it was a beautiful pass.
26 all.
And aren't Denzel Burns and Braden Wilson two of the premier wingers in the game? They're having an absolute bottler in front of this big crowd, and how important is this kick with 18 minutes to go? But I tell you what, boys, I think that we got a couple of more meat pies coming our way. What do you reckon?
Could the John Darien Hotel penalty goal be the difference? Come the 80th.
I think it'll be a John Darien Hotel field goal, and then there'll be pizzas for everyone out there at John Darien.
Tonight, the State of Origin, the second one in the West.
How much better does it get at rugby league football at its best? We're watching a magnificent game, Rasmussen final here at Clive Burkhofer Stadium, and it's locked up 26 points all. And
we've got Benny Cook
from the sideline.
Half a metre from this grandstand side.
He takes a bit of a spell. He sucks a couple in. He looks at the post. He moves in. He strikes it. Goes curling back. Does it go through? No, he doesn't get the legs. So Cookie and Obi, 26 all, 17 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the second half.
Unbelievable stuff. And look, is 17 minutes to go. Oh, Cookie, Nutsy, edge of the seat stuff.
Oh, look.
We'll see what Duggan does this time.
They come up right, but He's
He's going to go.
Because it worked last time. It worked last
just
time.
along the ground.
Oh.
And McGrady lets it bounce off his body.
Perkins.
And he picks it up. Drew Jackson.
Perkins
But
just
it's
on
played
fire today.
Perkins straight up, and he locks him up in his own 10-metre line. McGrady in at dummy half. Gets it to Buchanan. Buchanan only knows one way, and that's straight ahead. And he gains another 10 metres before he's wrapped up by a double by Perkins. But no, I think it's Reggie Munn come into the game.
Yep.
Plays the ball on his own 30 metre. They shift it to the left out to Dwayne Duncan. Dwayne Duncan.
Fend.
Boo! He's in the backfield.
And
He's
again.
still going. He has Zach Morris who kicks ahead.
on the inside.
And Braden
And
Wilson.
Blake Wilson reads it well, and he comes and covers it in front of his pace, and now he heads upfield.
Oh!
Tipped up. There's nothing in that.
No.
There's no intent, that is for sure, but he gets the penalty for up above horizontal.
He didn't need to
No,
get there,
he-
Cookie. He had
Zach
the
Miles
Miles
was getting
unmarked
there.
on the inside.
I know, but they're the opportunities.
I suppose that's football, isn't it?
Look, it's a credit to the ref here because this is a end-to-end game and he's keeping them well apart, and the crowd has got double the money that they've paid to get in here today, Cookie.
That is for sure, Obi, and as we said, 26 all with 15 minutes to play.
Doesn't get any better.
Waddles tap it on that Mary Street side, 10 short of the halfway, and Coyner will reach the halfway and play it on the first tackle. So Richards comes to Matty Duggan out the left, out to Travis Burns, out to Andrew Richardson, who does a bit of footwork and handwork and not fooled by McGrady. They go back to the right. It goes to Mitchell Duff. Mitchell Duff tries to hit and spin, but he's claimed by Reggie Munn and Buchanan just inside Valley's territory. They go to the right. Duggan, short
Good
ball
pass that time.
to Coyner, I think it is. Perkins it is, sorry. And he'll play it on the last tackle. 20 out from the try line. Matty Duggan gets caught with the ball. Great work by Dexter Buchanan. He hassled him there, and they get the change over.
Great defence by the Roosters, Cookie.
Great work. So they'll play it. 25 out from their own try line. Buchanan plays it. Goes to Reggie Munn. Bowring in a dummy half. No. Chown will take a scoot. No, the old mousetrap. Absolute beauty. Zach Miles, they didn't fall for it, and they fling him to the ground. Henry wraps him up on his own 40-metre line. Buchanan, taken by Travis Bird, takes his space away from him, and he'll knock him down just short of the halfway. Bowring goes to the left of the McGrady. Out to Drew Jackson. Drew Jackson hits and spin. Ty Gardner comes in and finishes him off. They're in Waddle's territory. They come to the right. McGrady stabs one into the corner, and it'll go in touch. So we'll get a break here, a much-needed one by both sides, and there'll be an S&K drilling scrum to Waddle, 10 out from their try line on this grandstand side. 26 all, 13 to play.
26 all, 13 minutes to go. Both sides starting to look very tired. That's been a very, very enthralling game of rugby league. Why would you sit at home on your lounge chairs and not come out here and witness a game of rugby league at its best, Cookie?
Oh, absolute cracker. So Waddles feed the scrum. It goes to Golden, standing in at 5'8", and he's forced back in the tackle. Good defence by the Valley's Roosters, led by Buchanan. They go to the right. Van der Poel, not much support out there on the right. Out it back in a good Ben Cook tackle, and right in under the rib cage. So Mitchell Duff, he just decides he's lifted up. They're calling above horizontal, but he'll play it on his own 20-metre line. So Ryan Duggan gets support to Matty, his brother, but another great tackle by Benny Cook. Travis Burns decides to attack it on this left-hand edge. Golden has worked his way just short of the halfway, and he'll get a quick play of the ball. Callum Hart. No, the referee's going to go. You've got to go back. So he'll play it just short of this halfway on this grandstand side. They're going to spread it back to the right. Matty Duggan, good ball to his brother Ryan, but Sharp shuts him down. He'll play it. Last tackle. They go to the right. Matty's going to put up one of them midfield spiralling Bob. Absolute great work, Dylan Chown. takes it beautifully, but the defence quickly claims him on his own 10-metre line.
It was wonderful stuff by Dylan Chown, and on high speed, and he was under a lot of pressure. He's had a wonderful game, Dylan Chown.
One thing he didn't do that time, Obi, he never took his eyes off the ball. Magnificent stuff.
So Valleys, they're under the pump now, and they've got to bring it out. The Waddles defence has gone up again.
Look at this
Drew Jackson still going, the big stag.
He's been
Valley's best.
He sure has.
He plays it, and they go out to the left. Jason Sharp plays above his weight, tried to poke his nose through, but
26 all.
Buchanan, he's rolling it forward, and he'll play it just short of the halfway. Last tackle goes to McGrady. McGrady comes off the side of the boot, but Braden Wilson, great position, takes him on, flirts with the sideline, but Callum Hart rounds him up and tackles him half a metre in from touch. Andrew Richardson, quickly claimed by Buchanan and a good leg tackle. They go to the right. Matty Duggan turns Dylan Wilson, the big man, back, and he gains the metres up the middle, and he'll play it in Valley's territory just over halfway. They go to the right. Matty Duggan goes to Ryan Duggan. Ryan Duggan puts on some leg speed, gains a quick 10 metres, and play it 30 out from the Valley's try line. So, Matty Duggan dropped in a late tackle, I thought, but the referee said play on. Last tackle, Dylan Wilson plays it to Travis Burns, stops, puts in a perfectly weighted kick for Galton. Galton backs it back. It's still going. Ty Gardner's got it.
6 to go, is it?
No, the referee's saying, penalty.
What what's he called here? Oh, he's
held back there.
Ty Gardner held back without the ball. That's
2
what he's
points here.
saying.
2 points.
Yeah, you got to go to 2 points.
A John Darien Hotel penalty goal. Will they go for, or will? Yes, that's what they're going.
Good thinking. 10 minutes to go. Right on the knocker. 26 all in this epic Madsen Rasmussen final. And I'll tell you what, fellas, I do think, like the bench players are going to come into play here with Wild Thing and Dylan Wilson as well, And
look, Obi, I'm not going to cut your thunder there, but Perkins has just left the field for Waddles, and Drew Jackson has just come off for Valleys. Now, both those front rowers have been enormous to both their sides, particularly more, I think, Drew Jackson for Valleys more so than Perkins. The other forwards have really marshalled their work there, so it'll be interesting to see if they want to get Jackson back out there, because he's just really done that hard stuff, Cookie, for Valleys. He's got him on that front foot. He's been very difficult to get to ground. They've taken 3 and 4 defenders to knock him over all the time. And here comes the kick for the lead. 26 points all here at Clive Berghofer Stadium. He moves in. He nails it. He kicks it. It's 28 points to 26 in favour of Waddles. Strap yourself in, Cookie. We're into the final stages, and what a game of rugby league we're witnessed.
Yeah, the John Darien Hotel penalty. It's 28 points to 26. Just under 9 minutes left. An epic Madsen Rasmussen final here in the 100th year of Toowoomba Centenary. What an epic weekend we've had, Cookie.
Oh, absolute fantastic.
I'm getting
and
tired.
We've got Origin tonight, so don't peak too early, boys.
That's right. So away we go here. It's a restart again. These two wonderful teams.
Gets us underway. It's a wonky old kick straight down the middle of the field. Andrew Richardson covers it and gives it to the Wild Thing in Pearson. That's a good
charge.
And gets it back to his 22. He beat Buchanan with a bit of a jink. Dylan Wilson, he backs it up. Tandem, he's had the ball reefed.
Yeah, reefed by Junior Chong-Mee.
Yes, his hands in there.
And that is a CNR concreting coach killer, and it's those game of inches decisions by the players. They're going to have the hands on your head for the coaches here, Nutsy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't need to get into that, but Pearson's first carry there, he stepped inside one defender and he got the Waddles Warriors away to a good start in their set. Valleys need to very defend well here, as here comes the Warriors. 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go, Cookie.
So it's gone out to Pearson in the middle of the field off a tap, and they tapped it, and he'll play it on Valley's 40-metre line. So Richards gets it to Matty Duggan, turns Dylan Wilson back up the middle. The big fella bounces out of a couple before the Valley's Roosters defence round him up through Chong-Mee. They go to the right. Matty Duggan, good ball. Flat ball to
great tackle.
but Dwayne Duncan back slams him Geez, they've had a good duel out there on the left. So they're coming back through Matty Duggan to Travis Burns. Travis Burns gets it back out to Andrew Richardson onto Golden. Golden puts one along the ground. It's still going. It's knocked on by Valleys.
And offside?
Yeah.
No, he's just saying a knock on.
By Valleys.
Yes. So
There's another set of 6 Cookie for the Warriors.
6 minutes to play. 28-26. Wattles cling to a 2-point lead. They'll get an S&K drilling scrum. 10 out from Valley's line.
6 minutes and 44 seconds to go here. And I thought Galton just sort of put something to the ground there, trying to make something. I think Galton's the man.
He's smart.
Smart. He's got to get a little bit more involved. I reckon
He was 4th tackle now. He's got another set of 6.
Dylan Wilson,
And
he's injured.
They can nearly ice it here if they get a Toowoomba Swartz Club try. Matty Duggan scheming, takes the line on, but it shuts very quickly. Ben Cook rounds him up. They come back to the middle. Vanderpool.
Oh, yes!
Runs into the brick special. Jock Waters absolutely nails him. So Richards gets it onto the Wild Thing. Wild Thing takes a settler. So they used up 3. They're setting up. Travis Burns to the left. He takes the line on. Hits and spins out to Andrew Richardson. There's plenty of defence in front of him. He tries to get out of a McGrady tackle, and Button comes in and finishes him off. They go to the right. Burns. Duggan back inside to Pearson. Pearson.
All gone.
Still going. Oh.
Good run. No,
Last
that's 5,
tackle.
Cookie.
One up their sleeve. They'll go to the right. Duggan doesn't. No, they force it dead. Chow has to force it dead, so they'll get a restart. So great smart play by Matty Duggan, winding the clock down. 5 minutes to go. 28-26 with a goal line drop out to Valleys. There's players
everywhere, down everywhere. Oh, they're burnt out here. Oh, it's been a great game. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
And some of the on-the-line defence by the Valleys Roosters was wonderful there. Look, it has been. The Wild Thing threw everything at them, and the defence just scrambling as much as they possibly could. And Wattles are throwing everything at them. You'd think that they'd have to kick this ball very, very deep as this we get into this period. You know, with this 5 or 6 minutes left to go all the time, you know, it's really hard to get back the lead, but look, anything can happen because the cream rises to the top, Cookie.
Is that Duggan? Is that Matty Duggan? No, Ryan Duggan, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he may have popped his shoulder or something, but he's back up. Again, he nearly got that try to really put it beyond doubt, but here we got the restart, Cookie.
So Dwayne Duncan, get us underway. They're going to
try a short kick off.
One. Short drop out, and Golden takes it beautifully. So they're under the pump, the Valleys Roosters again. They'll play it. Mitch Coyner takes a settler, and he's worked it 5 metres out from the try line on this grandstand side. A long ball out to Matty Duggan, back inside to Pearson. Pearson just settles the play, and he'll play it right in front of the post. They'll keep it going to the right. Matty Duggan, he's got numbers. Turns he's passed and intercepted. He's given it to Zach Miles. Zach Miles steps left. He's still... And now Travis Burns comes in and he'll play it just short of the halfway. So they've turned defence into attack. And now they get a penalty. So now it's Wattles' turn to defend their end. Gosh! What a game!
What a game.
4.5 minutes left here. 28 points to 26. Wattles and Valleys. You saw some of that action there on the replay on Power TV. Delayed telecast at 7 o'clock. We're on Power FM on the OBN Cookie call.
He touched it there.
Oh, so we've got it. Wattles have touched it, and it hasn't gone out, so they'll get an S&K drilling scrum, the Valleys Roosters, which is probably even better because they'll set up a chance here to have a set play off a scrum just short of Wattles 22 on that Mary Street side. So Ben Cook will feed the scrum. McGrady in at 5'8". He's got players in motion. They turn Callum Hart back inside. That's a good carry, but good defence. Plays the ball. Now he's trying to make
2 points. He's going to be tied up here. The Roosters will take the 2.
Gee, Callum Hart has been very, very good. Intelligent.
No, they're going to tap it. They're going for the try.
They're not going for the tap, are they?
Yeah, they are. They are.
3 minutes left.
They are. So Bud off the tap.
Might come back to haunt them.
Yeah. Twice they've done it in this match. Bowring gets it to Denzel Burns. Stepping.
Still going, and he's worked it within a metre of the try line. Bearing, long ball to McGrady. Has to reach for it. Buchanan takes the settler because they got something set on the left-hand side. Bearing comes back to the right. Button gets a putt fast. Out the back. Callum Hart has to go back. He's still carrying it. He's heading across. Runs into Ryan Duggan, gets ready.
Oh, he's lost the ball.
Now, what is he going to say?
He's knocked it on. He sure has.
He's saying Waddles have knocked it on.
Matt Duggan went in. He dragged it out. He dragged it out.
Correct decision.
Yeah, by
correct
dragging
decision.
it out, he's knocked it on.
Oh, Nutsy. I would have taken the 2 there,
Well,
Nutsy.
2 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the second half. 28 points to 26. Waddles hanging onto a slender lead with the ball. Are going to be scrummed to Valleys. Can the Warriors hold them out one more set?
They're blowing up on the Valley's bench at the present time after that call.
So Valleys will get another opportunity. 28-22 they trail. They'll feed the scrum. Benny Cook will. 15 out from the Waddles try line on the Mary Street side. Dwayne Duncan takes it out, gets it to Corey McGrady. Corey McGrady pokes his nose through the line, but it's quickly shut by Coiner. So they keep it going to the left. Buchanan just steams ahead, Bearing in a dummy half. They're set up both sides, more to the left. Slow play the ball. Bearing throws a long ball out to Ben Cook. Ben Cook!
Oh, good.
I thought he was
Pearson
I thought he was out for all money.
They try again.
Held up, I think. Yes, he's going to be held up. No.
Sharp.
Oh, this is good for
Jason
Minute and a
Sharp.
half.
So they go out. The back to McGrady. Burns tries to shut him down. Chan, they've got numbers. But the defence is scrambling. Golden grabs hold of him. Still grabs him. They're going to put him down.
Oh, he nearly does a Gordon Palace.
1 minute 15, tackle 5.
That tackle up their sleeve and they've been forced back. They're going to throw a long ball. It goes to no one. And
Six more. No. Not by Valley's Roosters are in perfect position.
So,
Under a minute left.
will that be it?
That's it.
SK Billing scrub
to
to Waddles. Will they be the Madsen Rasmussen Hutchie Cup first grade 2019 trophy holders?
Yes, they will
42
be.
seconds. They cling to a 28-26 with a scrum.
Travis Burns finally gets a trophy. I can't see him coming over the Roosters here. 28 points to 26. 42 seconds to go. It's going to take a miracle for the Roosters to get out of this one, Cookie, but you've got to go back to last year's grand final. Down to the last minute.
It's not over yet.
The fat lady hasn't sung.
No. So,
Two wonderful sides
Matty,
here.
absolute cracking game.
Yeah.
Matty Duggan feeds it.
It's a shame there's got to be a loser.
It's taken out by Andrew Richardson, who's clinging onto it like as though it's a big chunk of gold.
36
And
seconds.
he'll
31.
play it. Matty Duggan this time. Runs in, they'll just wind the clock down. That's 2 tackles. They'll play it on their own 40-metre line. Richardson, I thought he's been good. Matty Richards out of dummy half.
15 seconds.
We'll play it just short of the halfway. 28-26. Matty Duggan.
10 seconds.
They'll kick out here, I'd say.
That's only tackle 4, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they got a
Take
couple
another
up
little
there.
4 seconds.
No, that's it. Game, try time. It's all over. The
Here goes the
Warriors.
siren. The referee calls time off. The Waddles Warriors have run out. Madsen Rasmussen Hutchie Cup first grade champions here this afternoon, and hold that trophy up with pride. And they deserve it. They've been battling Valleys over the last 2 years, Obi, in an absolute cracker of a game here at Clyde Office Stadium.
In the centenary year for Toowoomba Rugby League, we have a game that's one for the ages. In the 100 years, unbelievable stuff, and we'll always remember this game for both two battle-hardened sides, and they threw everything at each other, with Waddles getting the biscuits in the end by 28 points to 26, Nutsy.
Yeah, look, and I don't want to put a dampener on Waddle's magnificent effort, but I've got to go back to the first half when there was a minute to go on the in the play, and Valleys had a penalty right in front of the post.
take the 2, and we're locked up. Look, and I mean, I don't want to be a dampener on what Wattles, a magnificent win by them. I was very, very dug, and I thought Travis Burns played
and the penalty goal here too. They could have tied it up.
That's twice.
They back themselves though, the Valley Roosters, and that's obviously they've got instruction from the bench.
Well, look, and they had long-range tries and some individual brilliant tries. There wasn't a lot of very close constructive tries, or what I want to say. There's some of those, like Burns was absolutely brilliant for him, but I thought Travis Burns for Wattles was outstanding. Some of that defence he put on there, Valleys were going to score for all money, and he backed himself back. Burns was away. He only had Travis Burns to beat, and Travis Burns brought him in, tucked him away. Beautiful stuff. Well done to the Wattles Warriors.
Well, we need a breather here, and down to you, Neville Cherry. What a game and a half.
Mate, absolutely incredible, Ovi, and what a great culmination for a great weekend of rugby league on the Downs. A wonderful game, and mate, Wattles Warriors deserved winners. They just didn't go away. They have a whole new resolve about them, and mate, I touched on it when they played Valleys in the first round. They just stayed cool, calm, and collected. And young Nick Vanderpoel, mate, he was sensational for him. He just took it up through the middle there. Great young player of our competition and a player of the future to watch.
I tell you what, fellas, wasn't the matchups great to see, with Dwayne Duncan versus Vanderpoel, the wingers here, Burns and Wilson, to the front row at packed, to Corey McGrady and Matt Duggan, Travis Burns against Ben Cook.
The whole 34 players, Obi, should hold their heads up, because we've just witnessed one of the great games of rugby league in the history of our game.
Yeah, I agree. You agree with that, Neville?
Most definitely. It was just a wonderful game, a wonderful spectacle. And as we touch back on the grand final, 2 points in it. We play the Madsen Rasmussen, 2 points in it. So, mate, that's a great prelude to leading into the grand finals. These two sides can get there.
Yeah, 5 tries apiece. The only difference was a Matty Duggan penalty goal.
John Gerry, and you picked it, Cookie, and it was wonderful stuff. Now I'll go around the commentators and your Bill and Stephen Pollard family medal. First with you, Nev.
Mate, I'm going to go Travis Burns. I thought he was instrumental for them.
I'm going to give you a few. I reckon Michael Pearson had a wonderful game. Yep. I did think that Dale Perkins was brilliant early. Travis Burns was fantastic as well. But I do think Burns will get it. Your call there, Nutsy?
Look, I mean, we're going to come out of the winning side. Drew Jackson for mine, for the Valleys Roosters. He played his heart out. He was by far their best forward. Look, don't negate what Richard's done at hooker there. His passing game was brilliant. He made a couple of very, very good defensive reads there, and his game out of dummy half, he picked up 10, 15 metres on more than one occasion. But I'm going to go with you, Neville Cherry. I thought Travis Burns' defence there on Burns when he was Burns, Denzel Burns, he backed himself back. Burns should have scored that try, but it's Travis's experience knocked him down there. And not only that, his kicking game in general was just absolutely outstanding. So I'm going to go for Travis Burns and the man of the match for the Wattles Warriors.
Yeah, Cookie?
Yeah, I'm with
I think we're all the same, yeah. If the four of us are thinking it, well, you'd think it'd be a good chance. But look, I tell you what, it was such an epic game, Nutsy, and Nev, that Drew Jackson, who I think was the best. Were you agreeing that Valley's best was Drew Jackson, Nev?
Mate, it was just the passion that Drew played with. And he told me at last year's presentation, he's not scared of any forward in this competition. He'll take them all on. I thought they're big words, Drew. But, mate, after what I've seen here today, Ovi, he backed it up.
All right, mate. Well, you're going to do a couple of epic interviews, which I know that you'll really enjoy, as will all our listeners and viewers on Facebook, Neville.
Right, gentlemen. Thank you. Bye.
Cheers, Nev.
Here we go.
Represented Queensland 13 times, and Australia 19 occasions, and Nick Madsen 48 times he represented Queensland and 9 times for Australia. And I'm joined down here with the family from the Madsen and the Rasmussen families. We've Ray Madsen here, thank you very much, Ray. And from the Rasmussen family, we have Elton Rasmussen Jr., Brett Rasmussen, and we also have Miles, Denny and Sam Rasmussen. So well done to all the Rasmussen family and the Madsen family. It's a true honour for any team to ever win the trophy final, but named after 2 great stalwarts, John Toowoomba, Elton Rasmussen and Nick Madsen, is even more prestigious. I'm going to invite over, we've also got Thelma Pollard, who's going to present the Pollard Family Medal for the best on ground today in our trophy final in remembrance of Bill and Steve, two great icons of Toowoomba, two gentlemen within the rugby league community. I'm now going to invite over the captain of the losing team, Noah Budden. Noah, if you can come forward, mate. We've had a fantastic game, he's leading this club. Fantastic throughout the year. Here he is, Noah Budden.
Yeah, I just want to give credit to the boys. They played really well today. Couldn't thank them enough.
And the crowd for supporting us, and Waddles, they came off better today, and I'm pretty sure we'll see them at the end of the year.
Yeah, presentation with Paul Reedy.
For Hanelo and Budden, the captain of the Valleys Roosters. They'll be here come grand final day for sure. They're a fantastic club. They're building to something special once again. I'll get Thelma to come forward to present our Pollard Family Medal for the player of the match. Our player of the match for the Madsen Rasmussen Trophy Final for 2019, and it's well deserved. He comes from the Waddles team, the hard-working second rower, Mitchy Coiner.
Well, there you go, boys. I mean, he did have a good game. He scored that try off that kick that Dylan Chown overran there, Nutsy.
Yep. Yeah, no, thoroughly did.
Here he is, Mitchy Coiner. Well done, mate.
Scrambled well in defence.
Yeah, he sure did. Yep.
Winning a fantastic medal in the honour of the Pollard family with Bill and Steve Pollard. Mitchy, safe.
This is really a tremendous honour for me. Bill coached me as a 13 and 14-year-old, so it's something really close.
Nice.
Out Newtown, Thelly was always at the gate since I was 6 years old, so to have this medal, privilege for me, and it really means a lot. And thanks Valleys, you always put on a good game. It's always between 2 and 6 points. We really enjoy the contest. Waddles, once again, thanks boys, it's a fantastic effort. That's how you want to win football games, and thank you also to all the Waddles community for supporting us. We really appreciate everything. It's such a great community, so.
Good stuff.
Yeah, wonderful stuff, and from the heart, spoken.
Pollard for our best on ground today inside of our Madsen Rasmussen trophy. We've now got these fantastic trophies to present, and we'll get our representatives to come forward from the Madsen and Rasmussen family. So we've got Ray, Sam, Dem. So we've got third generation.
Yeah, we've got
these thorns here, darling.
Madsen Rasmussen family, third generations carrying the trophy round.
From the Waddles Warriors, no captain.
Yeah, Ryan Duggan and Dale Perkins to accept the actual trophy.
What a great game. We had tries in the Waddles team to Matthew Christensen, Nick Vanderpoel, Braden Wilson and Mitch Coiner, and 4 goals to...
And they're down there. You can see them there on Power TV. Our microphone just going in and out on the radio. And you can see the co-captains there, Ryan Duggan and Dale Perkins.
Lift that famous trophy.
And lift that trophy. And I tell you what, it's been a few years, Nutsy and Cookie, that Waddles have tasted any silverware.
Yes, well, they've been trying, I can tell you that. It hasn't been a lack of effort.
No.
Excuse me. But they finally have
seen.
So, well done, Brian.
Here's Dale Perkins. We've got him sort of broken there with our microphone. Yeah, but he...
thanks very much, Valleys, for another great game.
It's just cutting in and out.
Just cutting in and out. Well, we'll leave Dale alone to enjoy that. But look, guys, what an epic battle. And you're right, Cookie, I tell you what, back here at Clive Burghofer Stadium, we had last year, we didn't have any here at Clive Burghofer. We've been at Valleys as well over the last 2 or 3 years. But look, the home of rugby league, and we've seen one of the epic battles here, Cookie.
That is so true, Obi. Like, these two clubs have such a rich history in the Toowoomba Rugby League in this 100 years. And Valleys have had the wood over Wattles over probably the last 18 months, but they've turned the table here at the Clydeberg Office Stadium in the Madsen Rasmussen Hutchies Cup Trophy Final, taking it out 28-26, and an absolute thriller and a great game, and both sides giving as good as anything I've seen for the last couple of years in this competition.
Yeah, look, Cookie, full congratulations to both clubs. Both clubs in producing an entertaining game of rugby league, fair rugby league.
10 tries.
Yeah, hard rugby league. As good a rugby league as you'd ever want to see. It got to come down to one winner. It was Wattles Warriors today. Have finally cracked Valleys in a cup final, as we call them, and full congratulations to them.
Yeah,
a spectacle, Obi, that you wouldn't. We've got the best seat in the house, and to witness a game of rugby league like that, it's only one thing: rugby league football was the winner here this afternoon.
And I think, guys, we've got the Hutchies match. Hutchies player of the round. We've also got the Lee Group Electrical player of the match, and we've also have the Marangadan Pub player of the match. I think we'll give the Hutchies player of the round to the Bill and Stephen Pollard family medalist winner, Mitch Coyner. And as for the other two, obviously I think we're all in agreement that Drew Jackson was the best in Valleys, and I think we'll give Travis Burns one of those as well.
100% correct.
Okay, so we think that from the Obie and Cookie Call. We've had a wonderful weekend here, ladies and gentlemen, on Power FM. It's been an epic battle. For your last say, Nutsy?
Yes, great rugby league here. We've witnessed a magnificent game of rugby league. Good to see Wattles get some spoils for their hard toils. That rhymed, didn't it, Cookie? Because the Valleys Roosters have just had the wood on them in these finals. And I thought it was going to happen again today. The Roosters getting back after half-time and closing the game down. Magnificent rugby league. As I said before, congratulations to both clubs, both lots of supporters and both teams. And there's only one winner here today, and that was rugby league football.
And look, we've had a wonderful day here. You'll see all the videos from Nev Cherry after today's broadcast on Facebook, and we. It all started at 10 o'clock this morning. In fact, it started last night with a wonderful ceremony for the centenary dinner at Rumours. And with the second division Newtown, historical day. They won 50 points to 12 over Gundawindi in second division. In under 18s, an epic battle. Dalby got away to a 28-10 lead at half time in the under 18s. The Souths got within 6. They were 40 points to 34 behind until a late try by Dalby secured their President's Cup title in under 18. And then the same sides from the A grade played in reserve grade, where Valleys get to celebrate at least one President's Cup today, where they beat Wattles by 26 points to 12. And then one of the games that I can speak on behalf of Cookie, that Cookie and I have seen over this last time we have been on broadcast, where we've seen Wattles win by 28 points to 26. And for the last say, it's over to you, Terry Cook.
Yes, and on behalf of Obi, Nutsy, Neville and myself, our partners Power FM Radio and Power FM TV Australia, it's goodbye from us here at Clydeberg Office Stadium in this 100 year of Toowoomba Rugby League, where Wattles have run out winners in this Madsen Rasmussen Trophy Final, 28-26. Thank you, goodbye. Rugby League football, it's the greatest game of all.
This has been a live production by the Power TV network in conjunction with Power FM for the Toowoomba Rugby League. Proudly brought to you by Hutchies Builders.
If you're in business and interested in advertising on Power TV or Power FM, you can contact us by phone or email. The contact details are on the screen.